AL0HAGLITZ channel. It has been a while. If you're new here, then hello, my name is Emily. I am from the channel Eros Makeup X, formerly known as Em's Maquillage, and I also run an Instagram page that I post a lot of makeup on, so if you would like to see that, then I will have all of that linked down below. So today I thought I would do a video showing you all of my AL0HAGLITZ shadows that I own, and some liquid highlights and some powder highlights. Basically every single AL0HAGLITZ product that I have, I'm going to swatch for you. I have a lot, so this might kill my arms, but I don't really care because, you know, I just don't care. So basically throughout this video I would like you to do me a favour, and as I swatch my colours, if there is a colour that you think, I might like that shade, I kind of want to purchase that shade, then let me know down in the comments. Comment as many shadows as you would like, the more the merrier. Any shadows that you think, I would buy that shade, I like that shade. So yeah, without further ado, I'm going to get on to swatching my shades, showing you the products that I have, telling you my favourites, and possibly destroying my skin. So yeah, if you would like to see that, then make sure you carry on watching and subscribe, and let's get on with the swatching. So if you're new and you really just have never heard of AL0HAGLITZ before and you just happen to scroll across this video, AL0HAGLITZ basically specialise in shimmery eyeshadows and glitters, so pressed glitters and pressed eyeshadows. So I have 3 palettes worth. That's a lot. So right before I start, obviously if you are new to AL0HAGLITZ then you won't know, but everyone who is a promoter has a discount code. I have a discount code myself. I will leave it on the screen. It is AL0HAGLITZ. I don't earn anything from this code, however you do end up saving 10% off, and I get like number of sales that I've like made, and it can just like, it's like a little, oh, you got this many sales kind of thing. Boosts my ego, so it would really help me out. So if you want to save some money, then use my code. So we'll start with the highlights. I have 2 of them. There are 3, but this is just what I own. There are a lot more collections that I don't own. So the AL0HAGLITZ highlighters are liquid and they come in these little tiny bottles, so you don't have like too much of it, so you'll never like waste it. So I have 2 shades. This first one is actually my collaboration shade. So this is the shade Princess. I named this shade, I designed this shade, and personally I think it's quite cute. This is the shade Princess, which is actually named after my cat, who is currently sat on my chair whilst I'm swatching all of these shadows. So as you can see, it's a really pearlescent pink toned liquid highlighter. It's really reflective in the light. And this is what the packaging looks like. It's just like a little dropper bottle with a little sticker that has the name and AL0HAGLITZ on it. So this one is Honey Glow. As you can see, it's not as reflective or as pigmented as Princess, but it does have a really nice sheen to it. It's more natural, and it would look gorgeous if you had a deeper complexion and you wanted just a really subtle glow, or if you had a nice tan and you were on holiday or something and you wanted to put this on your cheeks. Okay, so my palettes I got on Amazon. These are just magnetic palettes. So this is my warm tones and blues and greens palette. As you can see, the shades are all beautiful. This is a mix of shimmers and glitters. I then have pinks, purples and more cool tone shades in this palette. And this palette is more kind of like earthy tones, and this has some of the Christmas collection in it and a big highlight as well. Also, I would like to say, please excuse how chipped my nails are. This may bug some people, but I just really want to get this video up so you can start seeing what shades that people actually want to be brought back. So yeah, I'm going to start by swatching my pinks and my purples palette. Don't forget, if you want to see any of these shades, just let me know down below what shades you want to see. So this is the first palette I'm going to swatch. This is the pinks and purples and cool tones palette. I'm just going to go across row by row and swatch each shade. I'm going to live swatch the first 2 rows, and then after you've seen how the formula works, I'm just going to start like swatching them in off camera just so you can like speed it up a bit. But yeah, this is the first palette we're going to swatch. I'll start with the shade Barefoot over here. Now this is a really pretty frosty pink shade. You can see it's super pretty. It's a really nice baby pink frosty colour. Next to that we then have Peachy Beach, which is this gorgeous peach toned shade. This is like a peach toned pink shimmer with some silver like metallic shimmers in there. Okay, so I've just zoomed you in a bit and turned the brightness down because you kind of can't see that well. But this is Barefoot and this is Peachy Beach. We then have Bubbles, which is a more kind of like purpley toned true pink shade. Okay, so this is Bubbles, which is more of like a true pink shade. I love this colour. Again, it has the same kind of shimmers in there. We then have Petal, which is a glitter. So this is like a very nice pale baby pink glitter, and it has like green kind of iridescent sparkles to it. I love this. This is amazing with a glitter primer underneath. We then have the shade Flash, which is a silver colour. This is beautiful. This is one of the first colours I bought, but it's just so pigmented. I love that. It's just a true silver colour. We then have Arctic, which is just a true white colour. It's kind of coming off a bit pink on camera, but it is just a true frosty white shade. So that is the first row of my palette. Okay, so next we have Bloom. Bloom is like a neon orangey pink colour with a lot of iridescent glitters to it. So as you can see, this is a beautiful shade. It's not really doing it justice, but as you can see, it's stunning. We then have the shade Cranberry, which isn't as shimmery as the rest of them, but it's like a really nice red toned pink shade with a lot of sheen to it. It's more of like a satin finish. We then have Dark Barbie, which is one of my favourites. It's like a fuchsia toned purple, again more like a satin. It doesn't have as much shimmer in it as the others. Then have Mystical, which is a really, really pretty purple colour that is gorgeous, as you can see. We then have Charcoal, which is just a silver glitter. So pure silver glitter. It's just pure glitter, beautiful colour. And then finally we have Marshmallow, which is a gorgeous kind of white with iridescent sparkles in it. It's kind of like Petal but more white toned instead of a pink base. So this is Cranberry. Actually, the one I said was Cranberry is actually called Frosting, but this is just a true red glitter with a bit of a pink tone to it. Then this one is Fairy Tale. This is like a pinky purple shade with a lot of different rainbow reflex to it. Then we have Violet, which is a true violet coloured glitter. Then we have OK Hun, which is like this is a mix of shimmer and glitter. So it's a purple shimmer base with a lot of blue and green glitters in it. We then have this one, which is one of my favourites. This is Iced Plum. So it's a purple glitter base with green glitters in there as well. Again, very iridescent. And then finally we have the shade Rich, which is a gold shimmer shade. I love this one as well. I'm now going to move on to my warm tones and my blues and greens palette. This is one of my favourites, I would say. I think this one has a lot of shades that I use the most regularly because I am prone to using a lot of oranges and warm colours in my looks. Okay, so this is the first row of the next palette. So the first shade is called Penny. Now this is a gorgeous true coppery colour. This is one of my favourites. We then have Pumpkin Pie, which is a kind of like very deep orangey colour with like a lot of gold reflex to it. And then the shade next to it is very, very similar, but it's a few shades lighter. This is called Toasted Rose. It's a gorgeous peachy orangey colour again with those same gold shimmers running through it. We then have Flare, which again was one of my favourites and one of my first shades. This is a true yellow gold. We then have Sweater Weather, which is a true orange shimmer. And then finally we have Sunset, which is a gold-based glitter with a lot of rainbow holographic glitters within it. Okay, so this next row again is a mix of shimmers and glitters. So this first shade is called Electrified. As you can see, it's a beautiful, bright, really shimmery blue colour. This is probably one of the most pigmented shades that she does, and it's so beautiful. I need to use this a lot more. Then have Icicle, which is kind of like a blue toned slate grey kind of shimmer. It's a really unique shade. We then have this glitter here. You can't really see on camera, but it's kind of like a silver mixed with a kind of turquoise light blue glitter, and it has a lot of different reflex to it, and it also has a mix of big and small particles to it. We then have Mango Tango, which again is like a true orange colour with a lot of gold shimmer running through it and some gold glitter as well. So it's like a mix of Flare, Sweater Weather and Sunset, which is absolutely beautiful. We then have this shade here, which is called Babe. This is a true bright orange glitter with a lot of golden like reflex to it as well. And then finally we have Daffodil, which is a bright yellow glitter. And this has a lot of orange running through it as well. Okay, so the final row of this palette, this first shade is a royal blue glitter called Royal. We then have this beautiful shade. I love this colour so much. This is a, as the name kind of suggests, this is called Apple. It's an apple green with a lot of golden reflex. This is probably one of the most pigmented again, and one of my favourites. We then have the shade here, which is called Forest. This is like a lime green shimmer shade. We then have this glitter called Limelight. This is like a gold, green, yellow mix of loads of different colours of glitter. It kind of looks a bit khaki green on the skin. We then have this shade called Pixie, which is one of my favourites again. It's a very different formula to the rest. It's kind of like more foiled and more metallic, and it's like a yellow toned green colour. I really love it. It kind of reminds me of Tinkerbell, which is why it's called Pixie. And then finally we have the shade Pine, which is a true yellow shimmer shade. So finally we're on to this palette. This is my more kind of like earthy tones palette. It has a lot of the Christmas collections in. It also has a big glitter and it has a highlighter as well. So I'm going to swatch the highlighter and the chunky glitter first, and then again just go row by row. Okay, so this is the highlighter in the shade Fizz. It's a gorgeous kind of golden toned highlighter. It's a bit too dark when I'm like my natural skin tone, but if I've got a bit of fake tan on, then it is beautiful. We then have this chunky glitter in the shade Money. This is basically Sunset, but with a lot of more chunky particles in it. So that is beautiful, especially for festivals and stuff. We then have the shade Christmas Cookie. This is like a mix of red, holographic and black glitters in it. We then have this one, which is called Gingerbread. This is one of my collaboration shades for Christmas, and this is basically a black mixed with bronze toned glitters. And then finally we have Christmas Tree, which is a beautiful teal colour with some golden reflex, which again is one of my Christmas collection. Okay, so these are my final shades. I decided just to do the next 2 rows all in one because my arm is literally being exfoliated at this point by all the glitter. So this first shade is Glazed. This is a beautiful, just true bronze pure glitter. This is from the Spring Glitz collection and it's absolutely stunning. I have a tutorial on this channel using it, so I'll link that down below. We then have the shade 8 Tiny Reindeer, which again is from the Christmas collection. This is basically like a bronze shimmer with a lot of red glitter running through it, which is stunning. This is the shade Frost. This is one of mine. So this is a silver shimmer with pink and purple and green kind of glitters running through it. We then have the shade Silent Night, which again is one of my shades. This is a satin black with a lot of gold glitters running through it. I don't know if you can see on the camera all the glitters running through it. We then have this shade, which is called Hot Chocolate. This is a really nice satin brown colour. It's just like a satin true brown. We then have the shade Saint Nick, which is a gold shimmer with silver glitters running through it. Then we have the shade Snowflakes, which is a pressed foiled glitter, I believe is the name of the formula. This is completely different to everything else. As you can see, it kind of looks wet. It's just so beautiful. It's really chunky. It's lovely. And then finally, this is the shade Galaxy. It's like a really deep blue toned black with a lot of shimmer running through it. And yeah, those are the final shades. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to let me know in the comments what your favourite shades are and what you would like to see, you know, coming soon in the future. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you all soon.